Hello guys, welcome to the software testing tips and tricks channel. So in this video we will learn about XPaths. So here we will learn about like what is XPaths, basic tips and tricks to generate the XPaths. So before we start, please subscribe this channel, and whoever has already subscribed, please tell your friends, to your friends about this channel, and thanks for supporting. So let's start. So what is XPath? So XPath, known as the XML path, is a language that helps to query the XML documents. So we know XPath, but sometimes we don't know like it is XML path, and it is helpful for interview basically. So XPath helps to locate the element. So we can say like XPath is the address of the web element to locate address of the web element. So we have two types of XPath: absolute and relative. So absolute XPath is like full address. So if you are living in Bluebell town and someone asks about your address, you start from galaxy and then solar system, then go to Earth, go to America, go to New York, go to Philadelphia, and go to Bluebell. But in relative XPath, like it already knows, like go to somewhere called Bluebell in America and find my address, whatever address we give. So a relative XPath also something like that, like if there are two Bluebells, you give nearest address first, like go to Philadelphia and nearer Bluebell. So something like that. So XPath syntax. So most of the people who don't use tools directly, and they generate XPath manually, they are very quite familiar with the syntax. So XPath syntax is very easy. Like you can use single slash to select from the root node, double slash which selects the current node that matches the expression, dot is to select current node, and double dot selects the parent of the current node, and at the rate selects the attribute. So let me show you with the demo only. So let's go to Chrome, and this is our blog. Please follow this blog here, clicking on, and if you not subscribe YouTube channel, and follow this blog here. So let's go to element. So this is for Chrome, it is function F12. So here also you will get uh, this to get the element. So this is function F12, or you can just right click on any of the element and you can inspect. So you will get this window. Click on here, select element, like I want to see this FPM. So it will show me this element now. So this is how you can get this, like this master tab, and this is all this subscriber menu. So let's try to get something easy. So I want to get title. So it is S1 class title. So you can here to uh, check the XPath, you can do Control F. So here you get, and you can type single slash double slash h1. So it will show all the h1s. So I have 6 h1s in this blog. Now this is syntax. You need to put square bracket at the rate. So at the rate will identify that attribute. So we have class, and it is title. See, it has identified perfectly this element. So this is how it works. So to get absolute XPath, like from beginner, so you can just inspect this element again, right click here, and there should be available like copy full XPath. So if you paste that XPath, let's paste here only. So it will something like this, what we have in slide. So some people directly use this XPath, but I suggest do not use this XPath. Like what if some element comes into get in between, then it will break, and this also not look like proper readable. So always try to use relative XPath. Sometimes relative XPath feels little difficult to find in some cases. So in that case, use some tools. I will create new video for the XPath tools. So this is what we see. We will see like how to use this dot and double dot as well in syntax. Let's go only. Let me go to incognito mode and open Facebook. Facebook is my favorite site. So here, uh, let's go to sign up page somewhere. Yeah. Oh, they have changed so many things. So to get this input radio button, so all three radio buttons have uh, same attributes. You can't identify differently all the radio. It's type radio only and some different class. So what you need to do is you first need to find this female, male and custom text, and then this radio box. So you can go to female. So here I find double slash, its label, it contains text. So this text is a function we can use like this. We will see in next slide as well. It's female. So we got this. Now we need to get next radio button. So what I can do is slash double dot, sorry, slash double dot. So I can get the parent with double dot as well. And now I can slash input. So it will go the radio button next to female. See. So now it selects radio button next to female. To make pure sorority, like if there are multiple inputs, you can use type equal to radio. So you will make sure like it's a radio button next to female. So here you can use dynamically as well, and you can use male. So it will select the radio button next to male. So this is how you can generate absolute or sorry relative XPath. So we have seen like the syntax with full attributes. Now some different XPath functions you can see. So text that we already seen. You can use contains as well. So here, if there are some class name has a bigger name, then you can use the contain actually. So here you can use it is like double slash h1 contains, and in this bracket you can see h1, sorry, id, and id was, it was in software testing tips, right? So here like h1 class, and you can say title. See, so it is showing now all six because the other also contains class title. See, so it is like contains will take like if any of the word matches, it will show that. So there is and or, like if you want to mix two X paths, then you can use and, like this one should also match. So and second also match, like this is contains h1 and something you want to, I don't have now example, but you can use like and some other condition is also there, then you can use and if you use or in some case like or is very interesting, like so or when we use like in our day-to-day life in companies is like When I have version 1, that time XPath is something else, and in version 2, XPath is something else. Class name change or ID change. Then we put like or. So in version 1, it will pick first XPath. In version 2, it will take second XPath. It's funny, like it should remain consistent, but we know. So you can use starts with function. So it will identify the XPath which starts with that title. Starts with. So you can use similarly. So now it identifies only with, because this only starts with title. So some useful XPath axes. So there are so many XPath axes actually. So I have put in the link. I will put this link in description as well. So go through this. So there are so many XPath axes like ancestor or self, attribute, child, descendant, following sibling, name, parentship, self, something like that. So many axes are there. No need to remember all the axes, but in practical, like in day-to-day life, we use like child. If we go to next, or we can use, for child we can use slash also. So slash will automatically put to child. But like following sibling, so select all the sibling after the current node. So currently I am something and I want to go to sibling. So in the example we saw is like here in Facebook, we what we saw is for radio button I use double slash, but to this is the sibling of this label, so you can use directly sibling and it will directly identify that radio button. So this is useful, like in parent also is useful if you want to go to parent. So the main benefit of using axis is it will more readable, like you are going to parent, you are going to sibling. So this is like more readable content. All the things you can use do is mostly slash and double slash, dot and double dot. But there are some like descendant and ancestor or self, so those are rarely used. Mostly we do this with slash or double slash. But like to go up like parent, preceding siblings, those kind of things we can simply use these words and it will be very helpful. So like it was sibling there. So following sibling, let's try to use there in Facebook example. So here like we see slash following sibling and it goes. Now see how readable it looks like. So I go to text mail, I got their sibling, so sibling is input only and it is type radio. So this expert looks more readable. So you can use same way other axes as well. If you use parent, it will go to span, and then you can use child, then again it selects both the childs. And if you select ancestor, then if parents of parent it will select. So this one it will select something like. So it will select all the ancestors. So if there are multiple, it selects multiple. So thank you guys. That's it from this video. Please like the video, subscribe the channel, and follow the blog as I told, and follow on social media as well. If you have any doubts, any queries, feel free to comment. I will try to reach you as soon as possible. Thank you.